There's a constant push to have prayer be a part of secular school life, particularly in America, to have Christian prayer in school. There is no law prohibiting prayer in school. Somehow, though, the fact that a public school cannot be turned into a Bible study got mistranslated into children cannot pray in school. It isn't enough for their child to be able to pray, though. They want everyone's child to be exposed to their religious practices. They want designated times set aside exclusively and expressly for prayer, and claim religious persecution when they're told that isn't permissible. Children already can say grace before they eat lunch, and they can even pray before their history test if they want to. Although I would personally recommend studying instead. Now, before we go any further, let's define prayer. Prayer is a reverent petition or request made to a personal god or gods. They can do that. This doesn't mean they can bring their Bible and proselytize to all the other children in the lunchroom. That's what you mean. There is a difference. That isn't prayer. That isn't what you are claiming the children cannot do. That isn't allowed for many reasons. It shouldn't be allowed first and foremost because school-age children are too young for religion. It's inappropriate to encourage children to become political activists in the same way. They aren't equipped to be responsible stewards of political or religious philosophies. And as far as the religion goes, it's unnecessarily burdensome to teach them that they have a duty to spread the word of God when they haven't even gotten to the point where they have the life experience necessary to make sense out of any of it themselves. If a particular parent wants to ignore that fact and harm their child's mind by filling it with all manner of foolishness, I don't think anyone should be able to stop them. But if that isn't good enough for them, I've got to stop and wonder why. People seem to think that their religion is responsible for everything that's good in this world. If Christianity were more a part of everyday life for everyone, then it would have the same positive impact they perceive it had on them. For everyone. This is specious reasoning, but operating under that assumption, you can easily see how they can blame all of the ills of society on a lack of religious faith, and you can easily see why they want their beliefs to be an inescapable part of American life. It isn't about their child. It isn't about his or her soul and being able to pray. It's about everyone else. Otherwise, the ability of their child to offer a silent prayer to God whenever they want to would be good enough. So when I hear a person playing the victim of religious persecution because children aren't subjected across the board to the dogmatic principles of their particular cult, I'm left scratching my head. Why not call it what it is? Is it because religious freedom is easier to defend than the idea that religion is good for people and good for society in general? If that is the agenda and that is the idea that's motivating them in this push, can we talk about that for a bit and forget about the red herring argument that children should be able to pray? We know everyone should be able to pray. We all agree on that one. But that isn't what you want. You're not going to get what you really want if you aren't even willing to define and defend it. The fact is that religious people are no better off than secular folks, and they can't defend the idea. So they're more willing to sit back, call it something that it isn't, play the victim, and try to get what they want. It's the same cowardly tactics that the intelligent design people use. They prey on people's sense of fairness and use the red herring catchphrase, "Let's teach both sides." It sounds really fair, doesn't it? It never really addresses the real point that intelligent design doesn't offer any scientific predictions, no testable data, really no content at all. Can you imagine an intelligent design class, what that would consist of? Welcome to Intelligent Design class, kids. My name is Mr. Baker. Lesson 1, God did it. Okay, I hope you all enjoy your summer. Just say what you want. You want to teach your religion in the classroom. Why aren't you cowards willing to admit and defend your actual position? You want to, claim persecution instead. It's almost a shame Christians aren't persecuted in this country. Then maybe they could learn to keep it to themselves, like the Jews did.